everyone, my name is GOODGAMEBRO and I'm here to talk about Call of Duty Black Ops Cold War. It doesn't take a genius to tell you that Call of Duty has been a massive series for a long time, but the amount of action that Treyarch and Activision are packing into all of the modes in Call of Duty Black Ops Cold War, it's kind of crazy. Activision's 2019 entry in the series, Call of Duty Modern Warfare, has been a juggernaut, even though there's not so great footstep audio from time to time. Part of the reason why the game has done so well is that it feels familiar yet different, but they also introduced Warzone. Players were able to carry their progress, their loadouts, their gamer tags, and everything they've done essentially into the new Battle Royale mode in Warzone and back to Modern Warfare when they chose to do so. And it's no secret, if you got any friends that play first-person shooters, they probably play Warzone. It's one of the biggest Battle Royales we've seen so far. And while Black Ops Cold War is going to be integrated into Warzone, the sheer amount of content in the base version of the game, it's wild. An intriguing campaign featuring familiar faces, a fresh new take on multiplayer with crossplay available, an integration with Warzone, and this little mode you might have heard of called Zombies. Did I mention that the Zombies mode looks both horrifying and incredibly fun to play? Get hyped. In Black Ops Cold War's campaign, nothing is really as it ever seems. What's really cool though is the story is inspired by actual events, and you'll travel to places like East Berlin, Turkey, and Vietnam. You'll even meet historical figures in the game like Ronald Reagan, but to me the coolest part is you can actually create a custom character for the first time in Call of Duty history to play the campaign. The character will operate under the codename Bell, and you can select or redact different parts of their personality and identity. You can actually choose their skin tone, their place of birth, and their background if they're MI6, if they're ex-KGB, or if they're former CIA. While the options we talked about are pretty much cosmetic, there are also some options that might impact gameplay, like your psychological profile. Different psychological profiles will have different effects. You might have one that'll allow you to aim down sight faster, another might give you more bullet damage, another one could even let you sprint faster, and all in all there's about 15 different psychological profiles to choose from. But if you're like me and you're also pretty hyped for that classic Black Ops multiplayer feel, don't worry, it's gonna be there. I'm just crossing my fingers for the crossbow. Automated healing, boots in the ground combat, but there's also some new changes as well. The creator class system is now slot-based, meaning you automatically have a primary, secondary, lethal, tactical, and a field upgrade with a set of perks. What are field upgrades, you ask? Well, they're a new item in the game that allow you to either benefit your squad or hinder your enemies, but don't worry, they're earned on time in game, not on performance. Each loadout that you build within the creator class system can also be outfitted with class-changing wildcards. You'll see one of 4 benefits when using wildcards: gain 8 attachments for a primary weapon, carry up to 6 perks, double the number of lethal and tactical equipment you can spawn with, or carry 3 perks from any category instead of being limited to just one of each. Okay, that makes sense, but what about the actual weapons though? What does the customization there look like? I'm happy to say that the gunsmith is going to return in Call of Duty Black Ops Cold War, and you have 54 different customization options for every primary weapon with 8 different attachment points. You don't have to be a genius to do the math, that's a lot of combinations. One of my favorite updates though to Call of Duty Black Ops Cold War is that every single attachment you look to put on your gun or take off of your gun will show you a percentage rather than a little bar just moving arbitrarily left or right to tell you really the impact it has on you when you're playing. One thing that might be a little controversial will be score streaks, and let me explain why. In the updated system, the score you earn is actually kept through your death. So that means that every single player, no matter how many times they die, has an opportunity to get some of the highest level score streaks if they have them equipped. To help balance it a little though, they've added a cooldown which prevents players from spamming score streaks non-stop in the event they're actually dominating. It's an interesting change that'll have people either loving it or hating it, and likely nowhere in between. The good news though is that no matter where you play Call of Duty Black Ops Cold War, it'll be cross-platform, cross-generation, and cross-progression. That's just a really fancy way to say that no matter where you play, you can play with your friends, and your progress will be shared amongst those systems if you swap between them. The best part though, Treyarch and Activision have said that they are delivering a ton of free content from maps to modes to even things inside of Warzone in the coming near future. That's good news for everybody. Lastly, and certainly not least, we have to talk about the incredible looking Zombies mode in Call of Duty Black Ops Cold War. And for the first time in the history of the mode, yes, it'll be cross-play and cross-generation. In terms of the actual story though, you're a part of Requiem, a CIA-based international response team led by Gregory Weaver from the original Black Ops story. Your task is to explore a World War II bunker that's been ravaged by more than just time. At the same time, however, a Soviet-led division and rival to Requiem, the Omega Group, also has a big interest in finding out what's going on too. The classic Zombies perks that you love are definitely back, but they've been reimagined a little bit with a Cold War aesthetic. Old favorites like Juggernog or Speed Cola, well, they're definitely back. There's also no longer a limit as to how many perks you can actually consume. If you have enough points, you can consume as many as you want. Would it really be Zombies without a pack-a-punch machine? And I'm happy to confirm that it has returned, but every single weapon now will have a rarity associated with it. But what does that mean? Well, the higher the rarity of the weapon, the greater the damage output and attachments that'll be associated with it. This means though that really for the first time, every single weapon will be sustainable for those later rounds. Instead of just battling until you ultimately die in the mode, Black Ops Cold War Zombies gives you a few different options when you're feeling overrun, but it won't be easy. New for Call of Duty Black Ops Cold War is you can actually exfiltrate via a helicopter, but the zombie spawns are going to be turned up to like an 11. It's pretty high. The good news though is that if you can actually make it out and beat it with your squad, you can get some pretty fantastic rewards for doing so. No matter which system or family of systems you intend on playing Call of Duty Black Ops Cold War, there is something for everyone. Cross-play across every generation, and cross-progression means you can play with any of your friends. You just have one thing left to do. Pick up the game. You're able to start playing Call of Duty Black Ops Cold War on your system of choice by picking it up on or after November 13th at your local GameStop or GameStop.com. The only real question you have left to answer is, which game mode are you going to play first? It's a tough choice. That's all I got for you today, and thanks a lot for watching. Feel free to check out my live streams on Facebook Gaming, or look me up on YouTube, Instagram, and Twitter by searching for GOODGAMEBRO. Stay tuned for more All In.